Okay, welcome everyone to episode 10 of Crit the Bed. Hopefully that the theme tune didn't blow everybody's eardrums out this time. I think I've EQ'd it nicely, but leave comments if your ears are bleeding, because you won't be able to hear. So, as I said, welcome to episode 10. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat currently, and also a good hello to everybody in the cast. How is everybody tonight?
Nervous.
Well, really good.
Good, nervous, excellent. Good energy, thumbs up and nerves. I think it was mentioned in the Ravenloft episode, but we'll mention it again on the proper campaign for those who have missed it. It's because of all of you out there that we have made Twitch affiliate. So thank you, everyone. That's amazing. As such, we're able to offer you things like you can pair your Prime subscription, your Amazon Prime subscription, to Twitch as part of the Prime Gaming. They just recently changed the name, so forgive me. For free, or you can subscribe for real money if you're that way inclined. Also, during the stream, if you wish to inappropriately interrupt me, you can actually pay 25 bits and play a little sound clip from one of our previous episodes. If you need to know how to buy bits, our resident bits expert, Mr. Josh Denham, will be able to inform you on how to do such.
Of course I can. I love bits. So, all you have to do is down on the send message area, there's a little diamond. Click that, and that should, I'm just going to test it now, it should come up with little emotes, and you can then click on get bits, and it will come up with different options, and it starts with $1.99.
Amazing. Once you've bought said Twitch bits, you can then pay 25 bits, a small price to pay, to hear one of the cast members say something inappropriate. So that's just gone off. So thank you for the person that just bought the bits. Spoopy Milk Penguin. Thank you very much. Right on cue. That's perfect. Thank you very much. Couldn't have timed that better myself. So without further ado, I am going to smoothly transition over to our recap. There we go. This week, our art is brought to you by Khalil. He has done a sketch of last week's episode. You're able to see Pip the Powerful diving off the top post onto one of the Terran Olkin twins for the final pin. You also may notice in the background there is Aya, Parter, Mike, Chad, and Sebastian taped to his chest, watching for the
he's sitting in my lap, and Potter's doing the wave, but off time
Yep.
of everybody else.
Yep.
Beautiful. Oh, there is.
Yep. So thanks, Khalil. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I very much just looked at that and chuckled for far too long to myself in my room.
That's so
I
cool.
love it.
My favorite part was the pee-pee on Pip's chest.
I love it.
Let's not go there again.
That's so cool.
I'm going to make the suggestion now, and obviously I'm biased, but I think we should turn all of these that you do throughout the series into a t-shirt.
I would wear it.
Yeah, we could do like a comic book panel of all of them.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we need to get up to some wacky adventures, so I'll draw something from this episode.
Yeah,
Call
let's get some
it.
antics.
We can create a little annual at the end of the year and call it Khalil's Reveals.
That's pretty great.
Why would you call it that?
I don't know why we'd call it that, but I like it. It rhymes.
It rhymes. Thanks, Khalil. At least somebody likes it.
Sounds as inappropriate as the content that would be inside of it.
Yes.
Absolutely. So segueing nicely into the recap from last episode. So we resolved the heated debate of what Chad would shop for. It turns out it's a potential date with the star quarterback from the Astrakhan Anarchists, an invite to play the friendly boys at Street Kickball, and a new chokehold to test out on Sebastian. The party reformed. They challenged the Terran Olkin twins to one question with a guaranteed answer, which involves a certain member of the group to be enlarged and go face-to-face with the Queen in an all-out wrestling match, which they won. As you can see by the wonderful picture over here, they got to ask their question and bartered a one-way trip for them and their mounts over to back to Suttonshore to try and resolve some unfinished business. and that's pretty much where the episode will start, but not before we introduce the characters. So I'm going to roll myself a die. So now the episode recap's gone, smoothly transition back to live. There we go. Look at that. And I'm going to roll a d5 to make it fair. There. Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Appropriate. Parter.
Appropriate.
Parter. You get to go first. I don't think you've gone first before.
No.
So why don't you tell me who Annie plays, what she does, her character that is, and one interesting fact about Annie's character. I'm throwing it back at you now.
All right. She plays Mike, who is our resident goth. Likes to go a bit slashy, smiley. Mind of a child, actions of an adult that is deranged. And interesting fact there.
Yes.
Interesting fact is that she's still technically on her lunch break and should still definitely be going back to work.
Lovely. Just carrying on that direction. Annie, can you tell me a little bit about Khalil's character's name, what Khalil's character does, and an interesting fact about Khalil's character?
So Khalil plays Chad, who does eat 4 dozen eggs every morning, but that's not the interesting fact. I think I had Khalil last week. Lizard. Yes, Josh, I had Khalil last week. His interesting fact, it's not that he likes daffodils. He does like daffodils, but his interesting fact is that he smells like an old man or something.
Okay.
I thought you were just going to leave it on. He smells.
He smells.
Just Chad.
So Khalil, is that true? Does Chad smell like an old man?
He does, but that's probably his least interesting fact. It's accurate, but I don't know how interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like
I just want to say thank you, Badgers and Spoons, who has
Successfully.
So thank you very much. That's great.
Very
He's
proud.
dropped 25 bits and made Khalil sound like he was saying the thing that he was saying.
That is kind of
Well,
an interesting fact. Yeah, cool.
Well timed. Apologies. Carry on.
Okay, so Alice plays Aya Samar, the Aya Samar Paladin. An interesting fact about her is that she has a devious, destructive thing on her arm that we need to destroy.
That's you.
It's counting down until the end of days, and we should probably remove her arm.
You're telling the
That's
story.
an interesting fact about Aya.
I think there's some self-preservation in that.
Yeah, I think it's appropriate. I enjoy it. So thank you very much. Aya, onto you. Well, not onto you, Aya, but Alice, who plays Aya. Can you tell me who Ellie plays, what Ellie's character does, and an interesting fact about Ellie's character?
Absolutely. Ellie plays Pip, our resident ranger. She started as a messenger in a little swamp, and now she is our tracker and the only negotiator capable of achieving anything on the team. One interesting fact about her is she comes from a family of evil grung slave traders, which is but she ran away for that very reason. So that makes her slightly better than an evil grung.
Okay. Slightly better than an evil slave trader.
I'm just slightly. Slightly.
Yeah. Just to update everybody on Chad's smell, it is specifically a sour stench, and it is noticeable from up to 10 feet.
Oh,
like an
Ellie.
old man. Like an old man.
Yeah, the way that they smell like lemons. Ellie, who does Josh play? What is Josh's character? What does he do? And an interesting factor about Josh's character as well.
So Josh plays Parter Teray. He is a Thurbold druid who is a pacifist, who doesn't like to murder people or go on killing sprees or anything like that. He has lots of pets that he forgets the name of, but at least they're still alive, maybe. Haven't heard from them in a while, but I'm assuming they're alive. The interesting fact about him is probably that he's actually insanely rich and from a very well-off family, and he likes to hide it. But we all know
True, forget that sometimes.
you can't hide that kind of, that old money.
I can try.
That is
To be
very
fair, I
well
think-
remembered.
I was going to say, I think I'd actually forgotten that, so yeah.
Oh, you're
You'd
welcome.
forgotten that.
Oh no.
Iris, remind me I'm rich.
How rich I am.
Tell me
Well-
about all my money.
I believe Parter, I mean, I don't know how well known it is amongst the group, but certainly from the place that you were living in, the fact that you don't have much money on you kind of like shunned that lifestyle a little bit, or you've lost it, or it's been taken away from you, or you've been expunged.
Well, that's actually yet to come out,
Yes.
aka still technically writing that bit of my backstory, but feeling out my part of my character, seeing how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 2 years.
It's been 2 years, still not sure. But yeah, I left that lifestyle and I went and joined a brotherhood, Selesnya. Something like that. And yeah, I went and lived with them, bit like a monk lifestyle.
Yeah, that's why they gave you
One
your
with the-
pacifism.
Sure.
Yeah.
allowed me to
my-
repress my inner rage, and you lot are bringing it back out.
Oh, so it's their fault. Okay, great.
My fun fact about Tim, to make it fair and equal, is that our DM's middle name is actually Judas, and that's
Yeah, true.
it's on his
Let
left.
them back.
I mean,
Also,
that's not actually true. Just-
also, Tim has
but-
an alter ego. Alter ego? Is that the
do
right
I?
way of saying it?
Yeah. What?
Beige.
Oh, Beige Tom.
Oh.
Yeah, my
Tom Beige.
counterpart to Beige Tom.
Yeah.
Also, Tim was once punched for a coat.
That is also correct.
He was punched.
True. He was punched for wearing a coat.
Correct, yes.
No, he was punched
are
for yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe Tim, if you're okay with it, or if you're not okay with it, maybe on Sunday we can play some footage of Beige Tom.
Oh, I
in
think you're saying
action.
me being punched in a coat.
I have that on my other phone.
I do have a video of you admitting to being punched.
That's what you do.
Can we
Okay.
do that?
Sure. Fun fact was that for Crit the Bed, for recaps, I was considering doing the recap as Beige Tom. However, I couldn't get the wig in time, so for the first episode it didn't turn up, and I was like, well, it's too late now.
You've got to commit from the start or not at all.
Exactly, yeah. It'd be weird if it was episode 2 and suddenly I'm just wearing a wig for no reason.
So just to highlight the comment in the chat of Tim being punched in a coat sounds great.
Oh,
Oh,
thanks.
Take that.
Also, like, I know that we would have loved the Beige Tom thing, but we never actually aired it, so like, it wouldn't
Make any sense.
I've got
Yeah,
so
like
many
everything else,
videos.
but-
So many videos of Tim as Beige Tom.
Tim, could you
That's
just do a
probably
quick?
ridiculous videos of all of you.
Could you just do a quick ad lib as Tom, just so that viewers
I would
know?
do. I feel like the intro's gone on for quite a while though, and I do kind of want to save it for when I do have the wig, just to bust it out, so it's not
Yeah,
like a
agreed.
spoiler.
Especially-
But I do appreciate the egging on there, Josh.
Isn't that enough to keep people coming back?
Exactly.
When
yeah.
will you meet Fish Tom?
Tune in.
Don't know.
Episode 11. I don't know. Like, that's kind of like episode 1.
Quick question
Um,
before we do lead into the actual campaign. With all of these little bits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is probably making me look complete amateur, even though we're live. Can we stick our own stickers and maybe get a Tom Beige sticker that pops up? when we do
That's
the
amazing.
You can do emotes. I am working on them currently. Yeah, it's
Tom
part
Beige.
of my thing I have to do.
Gold standard.
So we'll eventually
That's
come.
amazing.
Beige standard.
So excited.
Right, and without further ado, we're in the world. Probably should have carried on with just didn't do one below. Sounds weird otherwise. Now you're in the chamber with the Terran Alkan twins. You've just negotiated your one-way trip back to Suttonshore. You've been discussing like what you should do and how long you should be there for. I believe you ended up deciding that 30 days was, yes, that's fine. That's enough time for... They said give us 10 days to get all of the tribes back and organised. And they said to you, just like, name a time and a place. You've said 30 days. The place you've still yet to tell them. And then they're going to open up their teleportation circle. A very risky thing to do now that they're in the field of the undead, like crater, like the dome that's been put over there, protected, has been pushed back. Which means that any time that they open up their teleportation circle, it's open just it's like an open back door for anyone to start piling in directly into the middle of their seat of power. So,
Me.
Alice and Ellie.
Ellie was like, yeah. That's weird.
Let's get these Goliath back doors open.
I feel like I have
Oh,
to
darling.
clarify.
I feel like you should.
Save my indignity. I just messaged Alice separately to tell her that her hair looked really good.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, that was very unfortunate timing. Kristen
was-
was talking about back doors, and you were like, yeah.
The back doors are open for everybody to pile in, and you're
Yes.
thinking about that.
Carry on.
Anyway.
Ellie. You changed.
Anyway, so yes, we're all. That's what they've told you. You're still in the company of the Terranolcan twins themselves. However, it's more that Volkath is still toweling off, and Yaktor is conversing with you. So over to you now. I think I've talked for too long.
Where do we want to meet them? Where do we want their back door to open?
A question I've asked myself many times.
I feel like it's the most convenient place possible, and they're already quite far north, which is where we want to be. So convenient for them. Like here, where they are, is that not better?
I feel like either that or at our Golden Shower Inn, so we can
That's
make
it.
some money at our franchise, give them a good night's rest, and then go along our ways.
It's a good idea, actually.
Thank you.
Or no. I was going to say the cave with a black hole, which we keep forgetting about.
Oh
But it's
yeah,
not very
maybe
bad
not. Yeah, let's not send them there.
Yeah, that's why I started. It's a bit risky. Might just
We
pop
should-
out teleportation and into the black hole.
Are we not allowed to ask them any more questions? Did we ask our 1.5 questions of them?
I feel like
You
we
asked
should
that
let
first
them-
question, which like you're all in the zone of truth. They had to answer truthfully, and in exchange, they wanted you to be honest as well. But he did say that you can just carry on, like conversing with
Okay.
them. It's not like a one question thing. It just means that the zone of truth is no longer active, and it's just a normal conversation once again.
I would like to ask him if he knows how to transport a sphere of annihilation. Pretty please.
for revenge purposes.
Yes, yes, we are in the zone of truth. So to be perfectly honest, for
Well-
revenge purposes.
Yeah, that's now gone away, but the zone of truth. So you don't
Okay,
have to answer things truthfully, although you can still be excessively truthful if you so want to.
I like it. I think it's refreshing.
Yeah.
We've changed. We're a changed group. We're honest and
Mm-hmm.
don't.
Honest.
I
Yeah.
feel like you just jinxed us.
I've read a lot about the spheres of annihilation from Mordenkainen's tomes. However, the only way I know to move one is either the wizard that created it can move it with their mind, or a wizard of equal or greater power can usurp that and use their arcane knowledge to move it.
Which we've done, right? You've already.
I did
You
move
moved
it,
Yeah.
so it's just a matter. I couldn't shrink it. I guess I didn't try to shrink it. I just tried to move it into the back of the car. Okay. All right. Well, I think I know how to move it now. I just have to move it.
Glad we came.
Move it.
To whom you can ask a
Just got
question.
to move it.
How will you move it though? How?
With my mind.
But doesn't that last for like only so little?
Was-
You have to
was that
tell
the
it where to
problem?
go every 6 seconds.
I'll put it back in a box, like Contessa did when she first sent us with it in a box.
Oh, we'll take a box back. We didn't have a box last time. I guess that's...
Yes. Do you know of? Okay.
Boxes.
Yes. Do you know of specific wizard boxes?
that don't get eaten by black holes.
Yes, that can withstand a sphere of annihilation.
Annihilation.
He rubs his smooth face and ponders for a while.
There are magical arcane boxes, but it would have to be of a similar spell level or greater. I myself am not a spellcaster. Artifact-wise, I wouldn't recommend putting it into a handy sack, a Haver's handy sack, for that will annihilate the world. Same thing goes for a bag of holding.
Yeah.
We would.
Technically, what would happen if a bag of holding went into
If the bag of holding went into the sphere, not the other way around.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never read of anything such.
Stupidity.
Of such, yes.
Such stupidity.
What if, let's say, if, by accident, asking for a friend.
Again, I'm no spellcaster. I'm perhaps not the one to ask about theoretical magical interactions.
You know what's really annoying is we know exactly who would have had a special box we can put a black hole into. That little man that ran away when we were being tracked.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got 30 days to find a box.
Sure,
A
we
magical box.
Yes.
Same.
If he's alive.
Alive.
Well, that's where we're going anyway. So,
Yeah.
even if he's not alive, he's bound to have a magical box somewhere.
Even if he's not alive, we'll just
True.
believe it's corpse.
He would have wanted us to have the box.
That's very true. He would have. But he's alive, and
He's
I
going
don't
to be
know.
like a Jedi ghost. He's just going to follow us around.
Love that.
Provide us.
We love ghosts.
He can be in Party Cloud.
Just part
Yeah,
of going to
lose
end
my
up with
other arm and
split
have-
personality,
Yeah, I can lose my other arm and have like a little Natnar hand coming out of my
but
stuff.
with tools on it, like an
Yeah.
R2D2.
So should we tell them to meet us back here or at Katessa's where we can
I thought we
try
said
and
golden shower.
venture?
I was going to
Oh
say,
yeah, at the Golden Shower. Yes, of course. Sorry. But which Golden Shower? We franchised twice.
Oh, yeah.
So how are we going to get there? Because we need the teleportation to get back to here specifically. So why don't we just meet them here?
Sure.
So last week they said that they're happy to transport you out, but you're going to have to make your own way back.
No,
That's
I thought
what it
we
was. I thought
negotiated enough that they eventually said they were happy.
You
to...
negotiate enough for you to take your drakes through.
Because they were originally it was only going to be like 6 of us, but we
Oh.
talked them into letting all of us in. But
And
we
we
had to work
need-
our ways back, so we might as well meet back at the Golden
Yeah.
Shower Inn.
Yeah.
meet back at the Golden
But
Shower. We need
which
to check
one?
our revenue.
the name
the
of the
first
original.
Yeah.
I would
Well,
also
yeah,
say
I
that
think
in the
Original
world,
famous Golden Shower.
Mike is aware of one other teleportation circle in the world, and that is at the House of Sin.
Oh, maybe we should meet back there then.
That's where they tried to get into, though, right? They
They
were
were
already
fine.
marching past it, right?
Well, yeah, but according to what Yolkath has just said, they appear that the anti-undead field has expanded up to and including where they are currently as well, which is why they can't just leave their teleportation circle
Okay.
open all of the time.
That makes sense. Well, I'm easy. What do you guys want to do?
It makes it easier for us if we meet them somewhere with a teleportation circle, because then we don't have to physically travel there. Like wherever we are, we can assumably get back. Also, I'd be interested to go back to the House of Sin just because I'd be interested to see like the carnage that they've left, if there's anybody still alive there. They won't be there anymore, like they'll have obviously moved on, so I think that's where I would want to go. But
I was going to say I'm all for that. And it seems like a logical place to then try and find the undead horde.
Poetic as well. They beat us there the first time.
Were we originally going to go to the circle in Suttonshore? Was that the original thing we said last
I
week?
think that's where we're going
That's where
to.
we're going now.
Now. Okay.
But to get back, you can only really go to the House of Sin, or you're going to have to create your own teleportation circle somewhere else
Easy. We'll do
in the
that.
Shattermounts. Yeah, I mean, you can create a teleportation circle anywhere.
Yeah.
So, Mike, you can create one of your own, like, just outside their front door if you want.
The chat, Sweet Milk Penguin says now is the only thing that matters now. I think
I
that's
agree.
all the way on. So to Suttonshore.
We just need to know where we're meeting them in 30 days.
But I think should we say the House of Sin? 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
let's
like
do
we
that.
said-
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Decision made. We did it.
You did it. Yeah.
Record time.
Thank God for New Year's resolutions, right, guys?
Hey, what's the fun fact about your sister?
My sister is not as dense as or martial obsessed as she may seem. We are actually operating like a process where we can whittle out the people that are going to waste our time. We don't really want to deal with anybody that's not serious. Also, I know you believe you've probably convinced us to go to war with the undead, but it's something that we have been monitoring for the last few decades, and we're partially responsible for the undead field. It's only now that you've approached us. As Goliaths, our community, I don't know if you're aware, but we value the strength of individuals, and we elevate heroes. And we've been waiting for someone to come to us to instigate to be the first snowball in the avalanche that will defeat this
Sorry.
undead horde.
Pip the Powerful is here then.
Wow.
He can be your hero, baby.
We can kiss away the pain.
Lovely.
I'm glad you like it. Thought that
We've
one
been
up on the spot.
practicing.
So he puts the book that he was reading back onto the shelf. He's got like a reading bookcase next to him on his side of the throne, and brushes back his hood that he was wearing, 'cause it's quite chilly in here because it's all open fronted, and stands up to his full sort of 8.5 feet, and says,
If you're ready, come with me.
We need to get our drakes first.
It's an open top, so they can fly to us unless they're tethered.
Great.
Do you also have a bucket of water?
Yes,
Can we have it, please?
of course. Help yourself.
Thanks. Just because, Pip, I don't think you've been in water in a while.
You are looking rather dry.
Yeah, and you just had a big, really big, strong fight, so you might need to relax a bit.
I'm looking a bit dehydrated.
I think we did establish that unless otherwise stated, like every time you're sleeping, you're just going to melt some snow and just like sleep, take an hour's bath in that.
I'm surrounded by ice.
Since we're in the tundra, it's quite easy to come across lots of access to snow, and like you've got magical ways of melting it as well.
I also
Worried.
just eat ice at all times.
Nice, ice chips. It's a bag of ice chips. They're not snacks.
Yellow snow, but all other snow.
Okay. He stands up, exits out the back. There is so you're kind of half inside the mountain side, and chipped into the wall is like an opening, a doorway that's the shape of a skull. So there are flagstones at the bottom that look like teeth, and like half the skull at the top that's got teeth as well, and it looks like it's yawning like a big maw. And he takes you up a spiral staircase up to the top. And you get to the very top. It takes you a good 5 minutes. You don't know how long you've been climbing for after a while. But when you finally make it there, it's like a belfry, like an open structure. That's got these big oval windows in it, where all of the snow and the wind are blowing through. It's all snow covered up here as well. And you can kind of see out. It looks like a lookout post, effectively. And you can see faintly glowing underneath the snow are these pulsating runes. And it's got a sort of a low thrum coming from it and a very pale blue glow to it.
Did you say that they were undulating?
say they wouldn't be so much undulating
Just
as
wanted
they
to-
would be pulsating.
Oh,
But why is
Interesting.
okay?
Like bulbs and bushes.
Bulbs like a bulb in a bush,
Bulb in a
obscured
bush.
with the wind.
sorry.
And
that should be a bit-
he gestures down to the teleportation circle and says,
When you're ready, step in. But I would advise you to summon your drakes first, because it's only going to be open for a matter of a dozen seconds.
Did we tie them up?
I'm gonna say no.
We left them with the
Drake man.
snow bro.
Mm.
We're so in tune with him. We trust him not to fly off.
I don't actually remember.
currently, where is Sebastian as well?
Is he not strapped to you? He was in the picture.
He was sitting in my lap in the picture. Where did we leave Sebastian?
No.
I kicked him out of
He was in
the.
the pub with you when you were
Well,
drinking,
yeah.
but he wasn't attached to you.
Yeah, because we tested the sleep hold. We tested the sleep hold on him
Yeah,
before
so
the
you
wrestling
basically
match.
tied him to your belt, and he was hung over your belt,
Yeah.
folded in two.
Sounds right.
Is he still there?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, right. So he's still unconscious, still hanging from your belt like a gourd.
Yeah.
I know it won't make much difference, but I think we agreed this last week. I'm gonna dispel Smashburger. So say goodbye to the first pet who survived till the end.
Hey.
Who was magically sent to heaven by Smashburger.
You did so good, Smash
Lasted
Burger.
forever.
Yeah.
So long, so much sad.
So glad you're gone.
Aw.
This is
I quite-
next to death. And then he's just gone.
He would say that.
That's classic Smash Burger.
Classic Smash Burger.
Oh, I quite like Smash Burger.
So we've got a Bando, we've got a Hot Rod, we've got the 5 of you and a Sebastian. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's
Plus 3 drakes.
If I'm with maths correct, that's less than 12. However, your luxury drake is such a size that it pretty counts for 2, maybe 3 people.
Family size.
Luxury drink.
Yeah,
It's just a family-sized drake.
it's a family-sized drake.
Oh, I was hoping it's going to have
Sedan
like
drake.
cushion scales for when you sit.
No, it does. It does have all like the mod cons as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heated scales.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
2
cool.
purple fuzzy dice hanging from his
It's
neck.
got a cup holder. It's got truck nuts on the back.
Hey, yeah,
Well,
what
actually,
does
just
that?
its
Those are just
nuts.
its nuts.
What does
Yeah.
that have? What does that? Have?
Ours is like budget Drake. It's just like a 2-piece and 2-door Drake.
With no footroom.
Very little foot room. Barely any room at the back. It's just.
It's got manual windows.
Yeah.
Mine's a vegan drake.
You have to pay extra for
It was a
luggage.
vegan drake, and I believe that Pips is like a racing. Oh no, that was the 3 of them. Yeah, that's all 3. I thought one of you had a racing drake, or maybe he just showed you a drake.
No, I've got my own one as well.
Oh, that must be the racing drake then.
I don't trust anyone else to drive. Yeah, I think I had like a sports version, sports model.
I'm kind of thinking that my vegan one's a little bit like a harder version of a drake. It's like slender. Maybe like a grown-up version of, you know, the dragon in Mulan in the cartoon.
Mushu.
Yeah.
But with
Does,
wings.
is that too many? Is that too many people?
No, because without Smashburger, you're.
We're at
It's
12.
1, 2,
but mine
3, 4,
counts
5,
as 2.
6, 7. It's fine.
Hot Rod's basically a ghost of a dog. so-
Yeah,
Hang on.
because you can unsummon Hot Rod as well.
It's meant
Also, I'm hugging Bando, so we're like one person. 'cause I'm
Is it done on numbers of people, or if Chad shrinks somebody,
Bastian.
that
Definitely
he
so
wouldn't
We're
really
Put
care?
it in your pocket.
He's already giving us this. I'm tempted.
If only I had my bag of holding.
I'm going to say
Mate, you'd
that
die.
um,
You'd die.
like the luxury drake, it's big, but Bando and Hot Rod are small, so Bando and Hot Rod are like 1 person, and the luxury drake's like 2, so it works out.
Cool.
Also, I appreciate Jack Taylor in the chat comparing me to Henry VIII.
With your many rides instead of your many wives.
Literally. I like it.
Okay, so you summon your drakes, and there's screeching sound as they launch from the ground and sail up and start orbiting this belfry come watchtower. And the first ones start landing in these oval windows and crawl inside. The interior space is large enough to accommodate most of you, but it is getting quite hot and uncomfortable in here with how many bodies there are. The Yaktor pulls out a scroll from his belt and starts reading an incantation. Immediately the snow starts to melt, and you can see this big teleportation circle with these arcane runes. The stones underneath them themselves start shifting in place. It doesn't look like they're manufactured or engineered that way. It looks like the arcane runes on them themselves are just moving and teleporting the flagstones themselves in place, readjusting themselves like a dial telephone. And this magical field sort of thrums and gets louder and louder. You feel it in your chest like you were at a concert that only plays one deep note. You know, like those kind of concerts everybody goes to where they just play one deep note for an hour and a half.
Where have you that has done that?
No?
More.
Are there any other kind of concerts? So it's just like...
Oh, that kind of concert.
Yeah. You can just feel it resonating in your bones. And it fills the air. You feel like it's thick with magic. You feel sluggish as you move through it. You wave your hand in front of your face and it kind of starts echoing, leaving a trail like you're on LSD or something.
I wouldn't know, Tim.
Yeah, sure. Nobody would.
I went to one of those. I went to one of those concerts, and that's how I ended up in England.
Just haven't been able to work your way back yet.
And I was here. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Highly
LSD.
Tim, this explains a lot. You know, you see the lights when you go to sleep.
Oh yeah.
He's not,
So I
he's
shouldn't
that.
drop before bedtime, is what you're saying.
He's just clubbing all the time.
Yeah.
You just never go to sleep.
You know me, always clubbing.
Technically,
That concert of
charm.
one bass sound.
One beige
One
shot.
beige sound.
One beige sound.
didn't Aya experience this anyway? Like when she was tripping on mushrooms.
Yeah, I think I mainly just like punching you in the face.
Well, it's more like you got very tactile. You just wanted to touch everything, and everything
got
was
bright
like,
colours as well, didn't it?
True.
yeah, all the contrast was turned up for you.
Tim was wearing a coat, and she just couldn't stand it.
Maybe that's the link.
Yeah, this is just one commoner walked past you wearing a coat you didn't approve of and smacked him in the back of the head.
Hey Tim, Spoopy Milk Penguin says Tim drinks LSD like water.
It would make
You
sense for
bet
a
I
lot
do.
of stuff.
That's not wine in that glass.
Nope, it's pure LSD. Don't do that.
No, we're not condoning this. Just
No,
to
we're not.
clarify.
But
You
for any
will
monitoring-
100% die if you just drink LSD.
For any
Do not.
monitoring going on Twitch right now, he is not condoning it. We are not condoning it. Do not do it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actively saying don't do it.
Bad people, bad.
Yeah, it's a public service announcement. Anyway,
So the message there is drugs are bad, okay?
yeah. Well, yeah.
For Twitch.
For Twitch.
On to the next thing,
For
quickly.
Twitch! Oh no.
So he retreats back down the staircase and out of the teleportation circle's influence. And as he does, he says,
Good luck, and we'll see you in 10 days. Don't be late. By the way, it's 12 p.m. midday.
Iris, set a reminder for that time.
For
specifically.
10 days.
as you say that, like your voice itself, in the same way that your hand is kind of like echoing, your voice sounds slurred and deep. And Iris just comes back really slurred and deep, and it says something you don't think you've told her to remind you for, but you can't really tell anymore. Everybody roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh no, did we walk straight into a trap?
Oh yeah, you're just in a big meat grinder now. Sorry.
That sounds
Natural
like
one.
we do.
Yeah, you don't need to roll again, Cleon. You've got a natural.
Oh.
Natural 2.
Ooh, that is suck.
Knew I shouldn't have eaten that paper.
Lil, you know you and I are going to come
Those
out.
smiley
it's like-
faces drawing on it.
It's going to be like coming out of the machine on the fly. You and me together.
Blue.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did you say it was a perception check?
It was, yes, with disadvantage, please.
One of our arms will be a ghost, and one of our arms will be an axe. We'll be 2 arms down.
One arm will be a ghost axe.
Oh,
Ooh.
Tim, I got 7. My perception.
I also got 7.
Oh, so 7.
Got
7, 7,
I got 12.
12, and 12. Okay,
How
so
weird.
And 1.
1. Well, plus your perception, but plus your perception bonus as well.
Plus
Minus
1. Yeah.
It's a 2. There you go. That's
2.
100% better.
Hey!
If you
Moving
just
on
keep
up.
going on this track.
Yeah.
Hey.
Be perceptive in no time.
So with a 12, I'm going to say that you can see through like the shimmering field of the magical force. Who got 12? It was Pip and Mike. Yes. You look over, and these 2 long, spindly claws come through the oval window and pull a lanky, elongated form up and into the room. And you all start getting sucked into the middle of the room through the teleportation circle, but not before this creature reaches out and grabs one of the drakes by the throat. Not the luxury drake. So
Of
fine.
course,
Thank God.
not the luxury one.
Hey.
It was actually the sedan one. So that was Mike and Aya's one.
Hey, we're already like economy.
Indeed.
Good taste.
Should've got
Grabs it
luxury.
by the throat and just rakes the 4 claws across it. I had to look at my
No, it
fingers then. I was
doesn't.
like, how many fingers do I have? 4. And just rakes it across its throat and just sprays the blood. But the blood kind of like comes out in slow motion. Starts spraying. You can almost like touch it like a pool ball coming towards you, but really, really slowly. You just want to push it away. And it almost completely bisects the throat and takes the head off. Its other claw is behind its back, but just sinks into it, and it pulls the drake out, brings it to its chest, and then falls backwards out of the oval window and out of
The
sight.
fuck?
And then everything goes just streaks of colour. You feel like you are being stretched like bubblegum. You're seeing the world, but the world as if you it's as wide as it normally is, but as long as it is miles. So your x-axis is the normal, but your y-axis is times 1,000. So everything is stretched really, really long.
Feel dizzy.
You're
Yeah,
not
you
allowed
do
to
feel
have
dizzy.
animals
Look
anymore.
down at my waist.
Yeah, you just when you look down, it's just the color like of your cheeks that you can just see, but the color of that cheeks just go down forever. You can barely see like the rest of your face when you look down. It's a very, very unnerving experience. It seems you're not really sure how long it takes, but as you are moving in amongst each other as well, the colors are just shifting. So the closer you come to Chad, like the more green things get. The closer you get to Air, the more sort of like grey, black, and gold or brass they get. The closer you get to Mike, the more white and black they get. Get closer to Pip, the more red it gets, and or the more browns and greens that if you get closer to Parter, and just everything starts melding into one long spaghetti of colours, and then suddenly you just snap back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity.
there goes
But you're standing suddenly on flagstones again, and everything's back to normal. There's no shimmering. There's none of this stretchy feeling. And you look around, and you can just see everybody else. There's still the luxury drake, the racing drake, and the vegan drake standing there. Hot Rod peeks out of your coat, Mike. You can put Bando down. Bando sort of flutters out of your arm. You look around and you're in like a high-rise tower with the teleportation circle at the bottom. It's all covered in oak furniture, accessories and staircases with tables set around the outside of the teleportation circle, and it goes up maybe 3 or 4 floors. And there are balconies up there. It looks like there might be another library or seating room above. The tower itself is made of stone, and there are lead-lined glass windows here as well. everything's very peaceful. There is a golden sunlight that pierces through the east window. You can see motes of dust sort of gently falling down. You can barely hear anything. Everything's very muted and quiet. One of the drakes goes...
I feel very relieved personally that we're back in Suttonshore, and not in the middle of somewhere we're not supposed to be.
Not all of us.
Not all of us. That was weird, right?
That's weird, right?
Did everyone see that?
Only we did, but we'll just tell everyone.
So hey, as you've noticed, our Drake isn't here. And
No,
as
I
you
missed
noticed,
that.
I managed to catch a droplet of blood. This belonged to our Drake. That horrible thing that was following us with the claws and the shit killed it.
Aya, you're officially banned from having any more pets.
Yeah, like I touched them and they're doomed.
As soon as Smashburger was gone, the curse just
Just
Maybe
someone else.
it was Smashburger. Maybe it was the ghost of Smashburger
Yeah.
taking his revenge.
jealous.
This
Mm.
Smashburger's been following us, stalking us.
I mean, he's me. So you're accusing me of something.
He's everywhere.
Maybe it's a
We
fight club
did-
situation.
Oh shit!
The clawed thing that killed the Drake though did seem to fall out of the tower, so I'm gonna assume that it's dead and isn't a problem anymore.
Did it look like Wendigo-y, like the thing that was stalking us, or did it look like evil overlord, like the hooded one?
So Pip's probably the only one that'll be able to identify it. Pip, it's the thing that you did see in the snow that dropped the kobold that was tracking you from
Shit.
Dragonjaw's perch. Yeah, it's very much like that. But close up, you can see it. When you got a good look of it, it was grey-skinned with grey, black, and dark brown fur on it. It's got like equine style legs. So they go, obviously, they're not humanoid legs, very thin. It's just got sinew and muscle over it, and then a light smattering of fur, but you can see the skin underneath it. It looks powerful, but in a way that like a long distance runner is powerful, not in like a bodybuilder kind of way. So it's very sinewy and lithe and quick, and doesn't have a lot of like muscle mass, but like low body fat type of thing. The thing that strikes you the most out of it though, it does have a deer's head, but instead of an actual deer's head, it's just the skull of a deer. So it looks alive until it gets to its neck, and then it's just a skull. And it has white blue eyes. The blue in the eyes is glowing, and it has these bone antlers that come out of it, and just these sharp teeth.
Didn't one of us, when we spent our 40 days in the House of Sin, meet a deer god? Did I just make that up? Like
I did.
It's you. You did this.
I didn't do this. My dear God would never bring.
What's your deer the god of, and what does it look like? Does it have bright blue eyes?
My dear is the god of keeping drakes alive, and it would do this.
Would I know what
Well,
the
you
deer
failed.
person is from my book?
That's a very good question. Let's have a look. I've been tracking the things that you've been reading.
Thank you.
While Tim researches that, can we agree that we should not be seen in Suttonshore? So there's a balcony, and we have flying drakes, so we should just immediately fly away. Because if we're seen by any of the university people, we'll just get kidnapped.
Also,
I
I'm
can
realizing my
change.
notes because Trez is my deer.
Yes.
That's
So
my notes.
it's written TRES apostrophe MEI, pronounced Tremere. It's the deity. It's the goddess of the sun and the summer. So yeah, you do know this. This is one of the ones you have read about here. The alignment tends to be, if you call gods aligned, but they tend to do more good than neutral or bad. It's got a relationship with other deities. Tremere is the mother of Khan and Bramatax. I'm going to find out if you know who Khan and Bramatax are.
So is this my dear God?
Yes.
But Khan is god of justice and the deep earth. They
Yep.
don't
So
have to be one.
yes, you don't know Bramatax, but you do know that Khan is the god of justice and deep earth. So mother of Khan and Bramatax, her other mortal duties are that she's the overseer of metallic dragons and dragonkin. She's also known as her radiance.
She actually is the mother of
So I
dragons.
was right.
So
when
Drakes.
her job is to keep drakes alive.
You also know that kobolds worship dragons. The totem is the deer, and she tends to be usually worshipped by bards, rangers, dragonborn, and humans. Not exclusively, but tends to be that's what they are usually worshipped by.
I think it's less related to my dear god and more related to your evil curse necklaces, which we don't have anymore.
You don't have anymore, yeah.
So it's-
But, you know, I thought they were more to do with
Nice
how we are now.
try.
Like the woman. Sorry, can we say this in thoughts? Because I feel like we shouldn't be saying this shit out loud.
I can cast.
I feel like I just exposed us to the penalties and stuff.
Because you are in
That
the
woman that we know
university.
about
You are
in
in
this-
the university currently.
I'll cast
just are.
telepathic bond.
Thank you.
Casting thoughts app.
The woman that lives here that knows about
yeah, the one that shouldn't know that we're here.
He tried to kill us.
The one that's listening to everything everyone here says.
that one.
So she knows that we're here right now because she must have heard that we're coming to Suttonshore.
So we should.
Go
Surprise,
kill her.
surprise, kill her.
She wouldn't have had those.
After, yeah.
We still
She
need to be
wouldn't have had
careful
those
what we're
if we
saying.
didn't have the necklaces.
We still got to be careful what we're saying, even on Thoughts App, though.
You're right. Yeah.
But
We've got people coming in randomly, haven't we?
if that horrible thing was close
Not on
enough.
thoughts app.
What?
People aren't randomly coming in on our thoughts, are they?
We don't know. She
I thought
might.
to fill the gaps, because then we
No, you don't. You don't have to have enough. I just randomly threw
Okay.
somebody in just to fuck with them.
I love
we
the point
don't-
that you have to have just one other random
I just
person.
thought,
there.
We never actually found out who that was. We should find out who that was. Sorry.
Let's
You
go
probably
back.
ruined his life.
Let's go back.
I feel like she knows that we know about her, but she doesn't know that we're immediately going to teleport in. But you're right that we shouldn't be talking about it because she lives here. She might be able to hear everything anyway.
But
And-
that what I'm trying to say is that creature was close enough to actually almost kill us that I'm pretty sure the creature could overhear us saying, "Hey, let's go to Suttonshore."
Oh, that creature! I
that.
thought you meant the
Yeah.
one. Oh, right, yeah. No,
If they're connected, is what I mean.
Okay, but we never said where we're going next, so we should leave immediately. There's a balcony, and we have flying dragons, so we should just swoosh out of here. Go
Don't
save
touch it.
Napna.
So are we going to leave the college
Yeah.
conspiracy? To not know.
Okay.
What were you going to say?
No. To Napnar. I
Napnar.
feel like we're not gonna ditch this tale anytime soon, and clearly it's coming for us when we aren't prepared for it, at least expect it. We should have some sort of contingency. We don't need to figure it out right now. I say this in my head. We don't need to figure this out right now, but we should be prepared for something that can kill drakes, pop in and out of teleportation beams to maybe try and kill us. And we're nearby the thing that sent the thing, and we shouldn't get distracted because Napnar. But guards up.
Hey Siri, tell us if there's an evil monster near us trying to.
Did anybody do sort of like a nature check or a?
No.
I
kinda-
did, but I can't remember now what I learned. I know what it looked like. I don't know what it is, but I know,
Right.
like, if I saw it, I would know. That
I'm inclined to think that it's different from this college thing as well, because it
We-
started following us after the Countessa rather than after the college.
Fair enough, yeah.
I think it's followed us here, so it might just be here. But I
Can
But
think
it didn't.
can
it
anybody-
Didn't follow us here. It
can
didn't come
anybody-
into the sorry, it didn't come into the teleportation circuit.
Right,
It came
okay.
out.
so. We've
That's
got
not-
right.
Yeah.
There is still someone here chasing us. That's completely
Yes.
separate from another
We-
sort of thing.
I was going to say, we got a droplet of blood though, didn't we? Mike, you got a droplet.
I
Of
did.
Drake.
Yep.
Oh.
The Drake.
The
Yeah.
Drake.
Oh, but the Drake's dead body will be with the Wendigo, presumably.
I could
Yeah. It's a good shout.
find out where the Drake is.
Yeah, really good
We
shout.
can take Mike to the Wendigo after we've done that.
Napnar, and then we need to go find the blood, or do we find the blood and then go to Napnar?
Napna first. We can't get distracted.
whilst you're doing all of the searchy stuff, I'm gonna summon Kenko back, the Sith leader,
Hey.
so that me and Annie have a mount.
Also,
Yeah.
Badgers and Spoons
I have-
helpfully reminded us that we are waffling and not making a decision. So
Let's
thank you
do
very
it.
much.
So yeah, you can start recasting Kenko in Kenko's original form with Kenko's original name.
Thank you.
No
I mean, I
worries.
do have a luxury Drake, which is big enough for a family, but that's fine.
I'd rather ride on a half-dead bed.
Yeah, sure. Makes sense.
Really glad we
it's
got
going
that
to
family saloon.
That's cool.
I want to board the luxury Drake
What
because
the-
I
Come
hey
on,
hey
come
hey
aboard.
Yeah.
Come
you
on.
stick with Kenko, okay? Look after Kenko. I don't want to like weigh the bird down even more, so
I mean,
I'm going to
that's
go
fair.
luxury.
It's true that is a
You
genuine
might have
risk.
killed him.
I've upgraded from economy to premium.
Hop
Got one of those
aboard.
free upgrades. So we've got the racing Drake, which is built for one. You got the vegan Drake, which is built for one. The luxury Drake, which can carry 4, and Kenko, which technically should be able to carry more, but probably can only really carry Aya at this point.
Enough to drag himself off the ground.
So what do you do?
No.
I took Napnar.
Wait,
Turn
10.
Napnar.
I was just gonna say we should go to Napnar, but can we just find out where the Drake is, just so
I
we
feel
have
like
a
you
reference?
don't want us to go to Naples.
No, I do. I
Just
do.
make
I
sure it's
just
not
want to
near
know.
it.
I just
Yeah.
want to know where it is.
I was gonna say I could do it, but it needs to be within 1,000 feet of us.
Try it.
I also,
See if
I
you-
100% guarantee you, I know that you didn't see it. Me and Mike saw it. It fell backwards out of the window. So it didn't come into the teleportation circle with us. And from what I tracked from it, it was following us on foot. It wasn't like apparating and whatever.
But we don't know if it can come back through the teleportation circle if it's left open.
But it won't be open.
I'm just saying. I think we should leave. We should definitely leave.
Let's go. Let's go to
Yeah.
I'm
Napnar.
definitely leaving. I'm definitely leaving.
Keep the blood, and then before we go to sleep, when we get to Keld, we can do a quick check to make sure it didn't follow us and it's not within 1,000 feet.
Yeah, cool. Good call.
So my I only have 2 questions for you. The first question is,
Trying to trick him.
there is a corridor, like just a part
Stop
of a
distracting
Is there a
us.
little
No,
man
no.
with little gloves?
yeah, with a,
He's got two
No.
questions. We've got 20 answers.
There's 2 questions. There is a corridor leading out of the tower going into the university proper, which again oak lined with stone walls, or you've got the
Very nice.
windows. How do you exit the tower?
Straight out the windows.
I feel like the windows,
Out the windows? Okay.
because the drakes will just fly.
We're
Right?
just gonna be subtle. We're just gonna smash out.
So you just burst
Right.
out the window.
Try and read Tim's face how he reacted to when we said windows.
Well, I just think it's more cinematic if it's windows. But actually, it would also be very funny if you the Drake's trying to fly through a school of wizards.
We
with
don't
you
want
on
anyone
the
to
back
see
and then
us.
trying out the front door as well. So either one's very cinematic.
I feel like either way people are going to see us, because if we walk down the steps and through the courtyard, that's more obvious.
There's one
Yeah.
thing I've
Was it-
learned and actually stored in my brain over the 2 years of playing with you lot
Wow. Well then.
is every spell. So all these wizards in this school that could hurt us, every spell has a range. So if we're up in the air already, we've got more chances to survive.
No.
Not every spell has a range.
Every spell.
One thing that you
Every single spell has a range.
So you
Um,
learned nothing, Josh.
Do we want to make it known that it was us that are breaking
maybe-
out, or
maybe just-
no?
yeah,
So
because
you can,
he
you can
doesn't
just
know
go
that we're
tag
here.
the wall on
Okay.
your way out.
Well, yeah, I
No.
was gonna cast a minor illusion to have a banner flying off the back of the Drake that said Blackmire Bastards. But if we don't want to do that, that's okay.
Did you
I
have?
was going to say cast illusion as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what you should also do? We should have this as a little calling card. Have you got the homemade Blackmire Bastards kickball cards?
Yeah.
You should just leave one, just on the floor.
No, I worked hard on them. I'm not leaving them behind.
You can redraw it. You can redraw one.
The thing
You-
is,
you
they currently
leave it-
think that we're like
Yeah,
miles away. Why would we be like, oh, we're back, by the way, come after us?
If everyone is saying just go for fuck's sake. Just
But what if?
Great.
No.
I told you.
Cool.
Two
Wait,
questions.
Tim,
Two
what's
questions,
the
20
second
answers.
question?
So the first question, I'll tell you what happens when you get out the window. What's the this is not the question. This is just part B of question 1. What's the order? So I know like how to describe it when you're coming out the window, because you only go in single file.
Got to be biggest first, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
family Drake at the front.
Family first, our motto.
Family first. Then Aya would be second biggest. Then the vegan one would be the next biggest, and then the
Pip
racing
is
one,
very
which
good.
is quite slim with Pip on it at the
Yeah.
back.
Also the fastest, so I can just catch up.
So yeah, bursting out of the ground floor window is the luxury Drake with Mike smiling ear to ear, Chad on the reins, and then a screaming Sebastian, like with just like window cuts, like glass cuts all over him as he bursts through the window. The Drake's fine because he's got scales. You two are fine because you're hardened adventurers, but yeah, he's like suffers about half damage from you bursting through the window. And then out from behind there's Kenko, who kind of just half leaps up onto the window frame and then dives out and just looks like it's tumbling in midair, and then just puts its gangly wings out and takes flight and flies about 50 feet underneath everybody else, coughing the entire while and beating its like smoking wings. Looks like it's constantly on fire. And then from behind that as well, you've got the pair of the vegan and the racing drakes in tandem, kind of having a race between them to the two solo riders on the two solo drakes. Yeah. Like punching their fists into the air.
Chad and Mike, can you please serenade Sebastian with "I Can Show You the World"?
Well, he's currently screaming, covered in glass. So I'm gonna serenade him with a healing word, and then we'll get to it.
Can I try
Mike's the singer.
yeah, while I'm singing I Can Show You the World, I'm trying to attempt to help and soothe his pain, but instead the vodka that I'm putting on his face is hurting him more.
Yeah, it's just like screaming
That's so
the
weird.
alcohol.
That's
the
why
open
he's
wings.
singing.
This is
And
probably gonna throw cat amongst pigeons. As a vampire, if he's bleeding in front of you,
Oh, come
I'm
on.
fine.
Why
I'm
would
fine.
you-
I'm fine because I just like had two people like in quick succession just like recently.
So you're
Fine.
full.
Carter
Stabbing
truly
him.
wakes up every morning and chooses violence.
can I be a nasty little bastard today?
So as you're flying out, again, Mike, you're completely covered from head to toe to protect yourself from the morning sun. It is morning over here. You are going over the north side, so you're going towards the cliffs. So you're actually sailing over like the upper class, the high class end of Suttonshore. So you've got all of the white stone buildings beneath you, and the buildings that are built into the white cliffs of Suttonshore. And you're sailing over that as the golden light is hitting them, giving everything like a golden orange glow in the morning suns. The sea breezes to the back of you. The forests where you first came from are in front of you. The cool crisp air is biting at your skin. For the first time you feel quite free up in the air, alone, away from danger, sailing over the jungles towards Keld.
It's beautiful.
Death.
Um,
Death.
You also you spend the rest of the day flying. You land somewhere and camp for the evening as well. You break out rations. You haven't really been camping in like you all feel quite warm as well. Like you've been in the tundra for the last nearly a month. So this is the tropical jungle is now making you like feel very, very warm. You start acclimatizing back to it again. You also closer to the equator, so the nights are longer. The days are longer, the nights are shorter. You roast up probably some of your more favourite foods because you're more akin with the terrain around here as well. You go hunting for food, your favourite food, you know how to cook it, and you have a nice evening together. Apart from Sebastian, who's just still picking glass out of his face.
I will heal him, but I will also say let's just never leave. Let's just call it a show. This is our lives now.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
kind of feel like this is a return to the Shire. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Can I cast healing word on Sebastian?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. So as you
I
cast
feel
healing
bad
word on
for
him, He's got such little hit points, I won't even bother making you roll the hit points,
Okay.
because I guarantee you it will be more than he needs. As you do that, the glass shards like push out of his face and body and fall onto the floor, and his wounds heal up as well, although his tunic is still bloodstained and cut.
Would we know if we're back near where we met the wordless man with a quest?
Which one?
You know, the one who like was helping his friend.
Oh, yeah, the Revenant and the Ghost.
Teleported the.
You have no idea where he is now. I mean, like a month has gone by.
Are we near where we first met him?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because you first met him near Lumbergost, and you left him, like they camped outside of Suttonshore. So you're kind of like halfway between those two settlements at the moment. Actually, you're probably a little bit closer to Lumbergost than you are from Suttonshore now. You probably reach Keld the middle of tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Cool.
I asked Sebastian a question.
Of course you can.
Sebastian, dear friend.
Yes.
I know that you may be scared and you probably hate us and you probably fear us, and I hope that you don't. We will honestly try and look after you. I have two questions actually. The first question is, if you please tell me an interesting fact about yourself, would you?
Don't do it, Sebastian. It's a trap.
An interesting fact about me. What? I am.
Just don't worry about it.
Okay, while you think about that,
An
I know that
interesting fact about me.
I know that you are
I don't think
terrified.
anyone's ever asked me that before.
You can think about it and you can let us know, because you're going to be with us for a long, long, long time, and we will try and take care of you. So to ease this, would you like me to cast friends on you with your permission to make this more easy and more comfort for you? No.
No.
That's horrible.
I'm aware of what that does, and no, I'm fine. It's kind
Okay,
of like
I'm just
an
trying
artificial.
to make things a bit more comfortable for him, so he doesn't have to be
I
scared.
think that would be less comfortable.
So
And
what
then
you're
he's-
saying is you don't want to be our friend.
No, I do. I just don't want to be forced to be your friend.
Yeah, but at least like you would know that you'd be forced.
Well, when the spell ends, I do know.
Okay, great. Thank you for answering my questions, Tanapna. I'm just trying to help. Tanapna.
I think we should ask him every night if he has an interesting fact together.
Yeah.
So, I might have one tomorrow.
Spoopy's got a good suggestion. He can fit his fists into his mouth.
What the?
I can't believe it.
Both fists, not just one, both.
Both of them.
2 sandals.
Only one sandal. Not even true anymore.
We should get him some hand sandals.
Hand sandals.
Handles.
Yeah. Oh, that's where that came from.
Handles.
That's where the
Sandals.
word came from.
Hand
Handles. It's hand
sandals.
sandals. Of course it is.
Oh, lessons in etymology every day.
Yep. Okay. What do you do for the rest of the evening? How do you enjoy being back the side of the Shattermounts, back in the East Folk marshlands? You're on the edge of the Lurking Wood now.
Definitely. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that I enjoy eating lots of bugs.
Nice. Yeah, being quite like a more of a tropical jungle vibe around here. There's a lot of just like juicy bugs for you to like snack upon. Whereas there were like no bugs in Shattermounts.
I'm similarly, but not with eating bugs, and obviously that disgusts me, and I'm disappointed that Pip hasn't changed the ways. But because I've seen lots of death, I don't care now. But I'm going to go and find lots of ingredients for a yummy, hearty soup for everybody. I'm going to make up a lovely, probably mushroomy, herby soup.
That's nice.
I'm not taking any mushrooms from you, so
Yeah.
No.
I promise, it will make you relax and you'll sleep better than you have done for the last month.
All right, but if I start punching people with coats on, then
That's on you.
You will not punch anybody.
I'd like to be on high alert because a
Oh, you'll be
critter
on
that
high
just
alert.
cut Drake's throat showed up uninvited. So I'd like to be on sentry with
Do you want me-
Sebastian.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
side Sebastian to my back so that way he can be my back sentry.
So backwards.
Yeah.
How are you
Want me
going to
to-
fix him to your back?
Well, I
Oh
would
yeah, we've got no
ask
spine anymore.
Smashburger if he were around. No, but I had. How did I attach him to my
belt.
front like a belt? Yes. So he's again,
Just under his arms.
but under his arms. Yeah. So it's like a backpack.
Yeah.
So I've looped it around his arms and my arms, and so. he's
So it's
staying
like
going up
slowly
together.
cutting off the blood circulation to his arms as you're carrying him.
Yeah, exactly.
This grown human man.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Aya?
I'm just gonna make Kenko feel better about his inferiority complex that he's developed after flying around with drakes that are clearly higher value than he is in his eyes. I'm gonna make him feel better. But part of you gonna do the blood thing.
Oh yeah, I can do that. And then I was also going to say, do you want me to just lay a snare down as well, just to
Yeah.
protect us a little bit when we're sleeping?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do detect animal, detect creature, find creature, locate creature. That's the one.
Just in case. Probably not.
Just in case.
What is the range of locate creature?
1,000, 100,000 million feet.
Right, 100,000 million feet.
1,000 feet.
Okay. And what you're looking for the drake?
Yes.
Okay.
Or what? So do I? I was going to use the vial of blood, but if I've witnessed that other creature, can I try to locate that without?
What does the spell say?
So the spell can locate a creature specific. A specific creature known to you, or the nearest creature of a specific kind, such as human or unicorn.
I'm going
So
to say
long as
because
you've
you
seen such creature up close within 30 feet.
So you have not seen that creature within 30 feet. You failed your perception both times, like when you're encamping and when you're in the tower. So you actually haven't laid your own eyes on this creature yet. You've only heard its description from others.
In Thoughts app, can we not send photos?
No.
Media gallery.
No, you're only it's only text. There's no MMS yet. So you're stuck in 1999 web like mobile technology.
You know when you you used to get an SMS that said you have a multimedia message, go
Yes.
to this website.
Yeah.
To download it, yeah. You haven't quite upgraded to that yet.
Oh no!
It's coming.
It's too bad Ellie missed this because I feel like, along with Die Hard,
She will
there's
definitely
gonna
know
be a
about.
generational gap.
Yeah. She definitely know about mobile technology from 21 years ago. And she was
What do you
5.
mean there were phones that could only hold 10 text messages at a time?
What is a multimedia message?
Remember when we were playing D&D in that pub and she said she only has WhatsApp because
Old people.
we all use it.
Yeah.
She said only old people use it.
Yeah.
Talking shit about me.
Yeah. No, we're saying. I was just talking about the time. Like Thoughts app is like mobile technology in the mid to late 90s, and you can't even get MMS yet. And then everybody else is saying like Ellie should be here. It's like along with Die Hard and. Anyway, we're off topic. So, basically, we're all old.
Good point.
So locate
Yeah.
creature. I mean, I can do it for the drake, but realistically, the drake's not going to be anywhere near us. It's not going to tell us whether this creature's followed us.
You locate where the blood of the drake in case it has it on him.
It's not so much of like a blood thing, more of a creature thing.
I mean, if we're going to have a long rest tonight, I'm happy to do it, just to see it.
I guess if there's no cost to it, essentially we might as well.
Yeah. I'll do it. I cast locate creature using the drake blood.
Can I ask why are we taking a long rest and why are we not going straight to Napna?
We have to sleep.
Because we'll be
Yeah.
exhausted.
So it took you like many days to get here on foot. It's going to take you like just over a day to get there on wingback. So you've had to stop. Otherwise, your drakes would probably fall out of the sky from exhaustion.
Fair enough.
The vampires need sleep.
Vampires, yeah, they still need sleep.
Didn't know.
Upside down, isn't it?
Yeah, or buried or in a coffin.
You want us to bury you?
I'll bury you happily.
I'll sleep upside down.
You can
Alright.
just find a particularly sort of thick jungle tree that you can just use your slipper as spider climbing and just hang upside down.
Before I sleep, I wanted to change into my ball gown and practice parkour with Hot Rod.
You do that. You're like jumping over these really thick roots that are in the junglescape, like into the swamps, so you can slide like down these swamp trails that are left by the natural root formations, and then, like I said, over the roots themselves, up onto branches as well, around the gnarled, twisted plants and stuff, onto particularly big, thick leaves. Down, yeah. You just run the course in your ball gown.
Yes.
Which is like covered head to toe in like jungle mud when you get back. But it's just a big white smile. Yeah, left. Okay, so Khalil, do you want to take first watch as you're being sentry first?
But with Sebastian.
With Sebastian, he hasn't got an opportunity to sleep because he's just like strapped to
Stuck
your
to my
back.
back.
He
was sleeping through the
jerking him
whole
around.
wrestling match, so he's well rested.
Because you choked him out.
Yeah, he still slept.
We try and help this guy, and he just doesn't give a crap.
I know.
So much complaining.
He really needs to learn some just basic human manners.
And after that, who wanted the next watch?
I'll happily do next watch.
Next
But also a question: do we ever include Sebastian in our thoughts out?
Yeah. He was in the last round.
So he knows what's going on. That's nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Then yeah, I'll take next watch with Bando.
Cool. Watch after that. Third watch.
Me and Kenko will do that one.
Third watch and the final fourth watch. Yep. So there we go. So Parter, unless you want to stay up specifically, you can have a full night's rest. Well, not a full night's rest, but an extra night's rest.
I'm gonna have a full night's rest. Did I do locate creature? Did that come up with it?
Yes. So I was going to like establish the sleeping order and then tell you what you know before you go to sleep.
Okay, I'm going to tell you two things, and I'll do that, and then throughout the night as well, I'm going to cast, in addition,
Snare.
Hero's Feast.
Oh,
and
Hero's
Snare
Feast.
as well, and Hero's Feast, so that throughout the night, whoever's up has access to.
Nice.
I'll read it. You bring forth a great feast, including magnificent food and drink. The feast takes 1 hour to consume, disappears at the end of that time, and the beneficial effects don't set in until this hour is up. 12 creatures can partake in the feast, so all of our drakes, everybody can have it.
Nice.
Great.
Thank you, Parter.
And I make it look like that's what I've gone out into the bush and do.
So you've done that thing with like you say, oh, I can cook really good Thai food, but actually what you've done is ordered from like your local Thai restaurant and then put the containers onto a plate and be like, I made this.
Exactly that. And then and I cast Snare as well. So I'll put Snare on whichever bit is less visible.
Mm-hmm.
Cast Locate Creature, try and find the Drake, then Hero's Feast.
Nice. Do you want to carry on with what Hero's Feast does?
Yes. I've completely moved off it. 2 seconds. Where is it? Right down the bottom. A creature that partakes in the feast gains several benefits. The creature is cured of all diseases, all poison, becomes immune to poison and being frightened. Makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage. It hits its hit maximum point. Also increases by 2d10. It gains the same number of hit points that these benefits, and these benefits last for 24 hours.
So for the next 24 hours, you have roll 2d10.
Nice.
Josh, and that's what you give everybody as temporary hit points.
It took you 80 episodes to make this
No.
suit?
I've literally only just leveled up and got that. So it's all right. It's all right.
Sure.
Don't shout at me.
Uh-huh.
Don't shout. Oh no, that's 2d20. Sorry.
So when you get the number, you can click on where it says temp on your character sheet. You can just click on the 2 hyphens that are beneath it, and then just type in the number 13.
With my feast, I gift you all an extra 13 hit points.
So for the next 8 hours of sleeping and the next 16 hours of being awake, you have 13 extra hit points.
Nice.
And if you suffer damage, it comes from those temporary hit points first. And when you heal, you can't regain temporary hit points. The only way you can gain temporary hit points is from another spell or effect that gives you temporary hit points.
I'll just keep asking the feast.
Yeah. So there you go.
Thanks, pal.
So you'll enjoy this feast that Parter says he made from the woods. Including your drakes. So all the drakes are buffed by 13 hit points as well, as is Bando, and as is Hot Rod as well.
Okay.
So Hot Rod goes from 1 hit point to 14. And Kenko gets it as well.
Oh yeah. How about
You get a feast. You get a feast. You get hit points. You get hit points.
So nothing untowards happens during the night. It is strange being back from such a cold to hot climate. The snowy tundra had less organic sounds and more just a constant nature sound, like an environmental whooshing and the sound of cold, the winds and breezes hitting sharp rocks or blowing, sort of snowy dust around. Here it's just constant croaking and chittering and squawking of all of the lurking woods animals throughout the night. So it's comforting to some, but it is a bit odd being back so quickly without that transition. Morning comes. The golden, soft sunlight penetrates the thick jungle canopy and gently awakens you. Your drakes are already awake and sort of grazing on the flora and fauna that the jungle offers it. You'll hop back on your drakes after a hearty breakfast, although you still do feel quite full from the hero's feast of last night, and still gaining the benefits of not having to be poisoned or suffering from a magical fear effect. So bravely, you jump aboard your steeds and take once more off into the air. At this point, you're kind of heading in a general direction towards Keld, but now you're within sort of a quarter of a day's travel. I need more specific identification because you are travelling over the top. So I need to do, whomever wishes to, a survival check to try and find your way.
I can also use. Let me just find what it is. Natural Explorer.
Yes, indeed.
So we can't get lost. I think that is. Yeah, your group can't become lost by magical means. You remain alert to danger even when you're engaged in another activity.
Mm-hmm.
You move stealthily at a normal pace. So, and my survival is +9. So,
Ow.
shall I
Yeah, I'd
try
say
lead
so.
us?
Yep. In your sports car, Drake, you take the lead and try and find your way across the canopy towards Keld specifically.
Keld is the giant tree, right?
The 5 giant trees.
So I look for the 5 giant trees, and with a 23.
Yeah, with your frog eyes, you see, you quite easily identify the trails and tracks and the lay of the land and natural landmarks, which give you access to the trail, a more direct trail. And as you are cresting over the jungle canopy, you see in the distance, only about another half an hour's flight away, the 5 giant trees of Keld. You also see with that survival check of 23, that's the one of the closest of the 5 trees as well, is blackened and burned.
Little body at the top.
Josh,
Uh-oh.
It's no longer
you watch your
smoking,
mouth.
so it's not like it is currently on fire or has like recently been on fire, but it doesn't have like the foliage the other 4 trees do, and you can tell from this distance as well that it is a different colour. It's a blackened, like burned husk of what it used to be.
Please, we have not had anything to do with this.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to lead us directly to Navnar. I don't think we caused this.
It's what the chat wants. They're complaining that we're not there already.
I direct directly into his garage.
You head directly for the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just going to land in the centre of Keld, yeah.
Or at Navnar's.
Yeah, directly at Navnar's. Not.
I don't like what Tim's asking us.
No, just like I want to know what the flight is, what the flight path is, so I can describe it from a particular angle. Like if you're going to like land first and walk in, I'd have to describe it in a different way than if you're flying in, for example. So I'm going to have to describe it from top down rather than foot on. I'm going to get you all to roll perception checks first, I think.
What are you going to say? Initiative.
Was that perception?
Yes.
I got a 7.
I got a 22.
Nice.
Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
17.
So 17 from Aya, a 22 from
Hey.
From Pip,
I rolled a
and from Mike, what did you get? A natural 20 plus anything? Or just 20? No, just 20. And Parter got 20 as well. Okay, so 17, 22, 20, 20, and a 7. So with the luxury Drake, you've just got the sound system on. You've got your sunglasses pulled down, and you're just cruising into Keld on
It's on
autopilot.
cruise control, yeah, buddy.
Did you put a film on for Sebastian?
Yeah, but I ended up watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just like watching it and not driving properly. Don't do this at home, kids.
Did you just call it Tom Cruise control? After you described it with you cruised in with the music up and your sunglasses.
Yeah, Tom
No,
Cruise
but
control.
I wish I did.
Tom Cruise control.
So okay, so Mike sees it, but Chad doesn't. So Chad tries to land. Everybody else on their Drakes do see this, so you can act accordingly. As you get below the canopy, because where the 5 trees are is all open space, so it's like a big circle, and you can kind of land in the middle, even though there is swampland and canal ways and all of the other shops and structures and stuff that like inhabit the roots of the 5 giant trees. As you get closer, you see that there's people out, right, doing their normal stuff, shopping. They look a bit different. Why is everybody wearing warm fur clothes? Those are not people, those are gnolls.
Oh no.
There are no other humanoids. It's just packs, dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of gnolls, like pillaging and looting, breaking down structures and just disassembling everything
Oh, and the man
in
from
Keld.
the bed in the inn.
That was our fault because the man
We
specifically
signaled him.
told us to go and get help and gave us money, and we didn't. We just left.
And then the mayor specifically told us to go and get help and gave us money, and then we left again.
We're
now
gonna kill
Nat's
so
dead.
many gnolls. I can't wait.
Do our drakes breathe fire?
So no, they don't. There's only dragons. So Kenko, I assume I'm going to ad-lib a little bit here, but tell me if I'm wrong. Kenko kind of like, as you're like going into land, comes back up again, as does the sports drake and the vegan drake. But you're just Tom Cruising down in the luxury drake with Mike next to you. So you break the canopy and you're like going straight in for a landing. You haven't even like noticed that anything's wrong yet.
They all look the same.
Yeah.
Cruise right in.
Eyes
Okay.
on the road.
Eyes on the road. And with that, I think we'll call the episode
Right.
there.
Why?
Let's keep going. Go into the next
Oh,
one. We're not
shit.
So, I'd like to thank my to everybody in chat being here, everybody that's like spent bits or subscribed. Thank you very much for your help and for getting us to affiliate status. You're all very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Again, thank my players for this evening, and I'm going to go around and see like Khalil. Where can people find you on social media?
At
yourself.
Chad
Touch yourself.
Times of
Touch
the
yourself.
Keld Royale.
I might have to get you to say that again because exactly at the same point, someone else also just bought bits, and it's just you saying "touch yourself"
Thank you.
over and over. Just gonna check yours and give a shout out to
Me.
Josh!
to Josh.
Well
How
done.
long have you been planning that?
Most of the episode, I've been waiting for it just to get to this point. I'm so glad that you timed it with you went with Khalil first.
Well done.
So, Click, where can people find you on the internet or not?
Should I tell people? Maybe I should save it for next week. Keep people coming back.
Maybe. So we can find you at Touch Yourself.
At Touch Yourself.
Don't find
Touch
it.
yourself.
Please
Touch
don't
yourself.
look that up. One
No,
second.
don't look that up. Anyway,
Um,
Alice, where can people find you?
ALUCYE.
Ellie, where can people find you?
At Ellie Bav.
Josh, where can people find you?
At _Josh then.
And Annie, where can people find you?
At Annie_Squirrel. And Tim, where can people find you?
Oh, thanks for asking. People can find me at Lord Snapcase, and you can find us all collectively at Crit the Bed all over the internet. So I think in a sort of wider ranging arc that everybody here tonight has officially crit the bed on something tonight.
We did it.
We did it.
We're
Don't
also
forget-
finally about to actually face the consequences of all of our terrible actions, so maybe we'll change next time.
Yeah. To find out how they'll resolve themselves out of this sticky situation, you can find us next week at the same time, 8 p.m. GMT, on Tuesday on Twitch. We'll also be live on Sunday at an unspecified time, but probably in the early afternoon for another Pillow Talk episode. So
Where
come
we
join
will
us for some casual chats.
We will be showcasing the best of Tom Beige Tom.
Best
God.
of Tom Beige and being
Make
punched in coats.
Make sure you tune in on a Sunday because you will not see it anywhere else.
Indeed.
And
very
also,
true.
if you have any ideas of stuff that we can do on Sunday, like if you have games that you want us to see play, or if you have random nonsense that you want us to hear us chat about, tell us. And because we want to do things that you want to see, not just what we want to do.
Absolutely, yes. So if you've got any suggestions, we're more than happy to entertain some of them. We'll put them down in the Google Doc and look at them during the week and fantasize about doing a Sunday episode. So thank you very much. We love you all, and we'll see you soon.
Mwah.
Thank you. Bye.
Touch yourself.
Touch yourself.
Touch
Don't touch
yourself.
that.
Touch yourself.